It's a kick in the head, so close your eyes. Some say it's dead, but we're alive, and it has no use.
Hello, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Loanne.
And you're watching Inspired by Music. We're lucky enough to be joined by the very talented Matt Cardle. How are you?
I'm very well, yourselves.
Good. Been busy this morning?
It's just getting started actually, so we'll be busy today.
Yeah. Got a lot of interviews lined up.
Yeah, it's just kind of, I'm sorry, it's
Double take. Double take. Well, I have longer hair, she has shorter hair. That's the way to tell the difference.
Right.
And I'm Jordan, that's all.
Okay, so Matt, since winning the X Factor, you've had a platinum selling album, you've had sold over 2 million singles, and your new album is out on the 29th of October.
Well, yes it is, yeah.
Okay, and how are you feeling about that? What was your biggest inspiration? Like, what was the inspiration behind the album?
The biggest inspiration behind it was the breakdown of my relationship, without a doubt. Which isn't the most happy thing to write about, but anything that gets you, emotionally charged and, affects you or moves you enough to write about is where I get my inspiration, and that was that, But listening to the album, I suppose it's a little bit melancholy because it doesn't sound sad. There are some very sad songs on it, and there's some quite sad songs that, when you listen to me, like, it's very upbeat, I suppose. It's way more upbeat than the last album,
Really?
even though, in the last album I was falling in love and all that kind of stuff.
That's a bit ironic then, isn't it?
It is, but I mean, look what happened to Adele at 21. If someone hadn't, minced out half the bits, then we wouldn't have 21.
Exactly. Now, you produced this album yourself,
I have, yeah.
right? Do you feel more connected to this album because of...
Absolutely, yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt, I feel a lot closer to it than I did to Letters. I mean, I love Letters and I'm still very proud of it and proud of what it's done. But I was so close to it, with the fact that I wrote it, I did all the instrumentation myself, and I didn't want to, I just got a bit obsessed with it. I think I didn't want anyone to go and change it or do anything that I didn't want to, have done on it. It was annoying at times. I mean, I even pulled the single back to the manufacturers twice because I wasn't happy with the mix, and to give me that control was a bit of a nightmare for certainly the management and a couple of other people involved.
Did you actually play all the instruments yourself?
Yeah, apart from the really complex piano part, which I got my pianist to do because I was just not that good. But the other simpler bits.
What instruments did that involve?
Bass, drums, guitar, piano. And apart from the violin, I didn't play the violin because I can't. So I've got friends to do it.
It's impressive, right? Now, the lead single on the album is called Is This Love? Is that right?
It's Only Love.
It's Only Love, yeah. And did you shoot that in LA?
I did, yes.
How was that?
Sweaty.
Sweaty?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting any makeup or anything like that, and I don't know why, because it's a video shoot. But she, she made my face up, and then I walked down to the sun, and it just dripped down my chest. I was like, okay. But no, it was brilliant. It was my idea for the concept of the video, and it unfortunately meant that we had to go to LA to shoot it to the road that it was a bit inspired by Forrest Gump. I was thinking about that road that he was walking along when he stops and he's got all those people that are running with him. That was like the idea behind the video. But we had to go and find that road, and you can't find it in Dagenham. To a place called Palmdale in California.
Was that the first time you've been to LA?
No, I've been there not long before that. I spent just over a month there writing. Me and Will went over and camped out in the Mondrian in Sunset Boulevard for just over a month, which is pretty cool.
What do the Americans like? Americans like?
What are the Americans
like?
They are, I think they're great, they're really positive, it's just a different way of life. Everybody's so, so positive over there, and over here it tends to be a bit more like,
But don't you find that a little bit like overwhelming sometimes? It's like, whoa, too happy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. No, it is. It's like, calm down, it's only breakfast. But it's cool in bits and pieces. But no, you are absolutely right. It gets a bit like, God, really? Is that drugs or you just?
Yeah. So you're probably most well known for winning X Factor.
a couple of years back. Obviously, it's given you great exposure. Do you have any regrets at all about going on the show? Anything that you would change about the show?
Just yellow trousers. I think. No, honestly, I wouldn't change anything for the world. I think everything. I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. And I didn't put myself up for the show. It's actually my ex-girlfriend's friend who put me up for the show by sending in a video to the online audition. I didn't know she was doing it. I was in a band and I was like, I can't do that. And, I did it, and then one thing kind of led to another, and I think it was just timing was right. I think for public and what the show wanted, and it was one of the most watched X Factors I think there'll ever be. I think. And it got, I got a huge amount of exposure from it, and I'm grateful and happy and thankful to everyone on the show and Simon and everyone.
Where's the signature hat? Yeah!
Take it off. Be a bit more smart.
Have you been watching Keeping Up to Date with the X Factor this year at all?
When I was living with someone and when they left, they took the skybox and my aerial, so I don't have a TV.
No! Have you not had any cheeky looks on YouTube or anything?
No.
I've been busy.
Yeah.
I've been out of signal.
But would you recommend the X Factor for any aspiring young singers, or do you think would you more encourage them? It seems quite stylised now.
I think it works for some people, it doesn't for others.
Yeah.
And you don't get anywhere in this life if you don't take risks. I suppose I took a risk.
Very true.
Going on the show. So did everyone. So if you really, really, really want to do it and want to work hard and work really hard, then definitely go for it. But make sure it is what you want to do with your life before you enter it, because things can happen and you can end up having a deal, and if you don't really want one, if it's not what you really want to do with your life, then it's not going to work for you. But give it a wicked fun as well.
Now, you made quite a close friendship with Aidan Grimshaw, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You still friendly with him now?
Yeah, he lives just down the road from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You should catch up with him quite a lot.
I do, but we kind of do that a lot, because when it started, not just this, when I was on tour and stuff, he was writing, and then when I came back from tour, he went off on tour and all that kind of stuff. But we see him quite a lot.
Yeah. Now, you're obviously busy at the moment, but when you have some spare time, what do you like to do?
What do I do? I skateboard a lot.
Really?
If it's dry, yeah. And I sit around the flat and play guitar and write and drink and
Normal stuff?
normal stuff.
Yeah. Before you went on the show, you were a painter and decorator, weren't you?
Well, I was doing some painting before I went on the show.
I've been doing painting for the past 3 weeks with my dad.
Really?
Yeah, horrible, very strenuous, very boring.
Yeah.
I understand why you wanted to go on the X Factor. But do you think, if you hadn't have gone on the show, do you think maybe you would have kind of settled down for a normal job?
No,
or do you think you really would have followed your dream of singing? Or?
No, I would have followed the dream, definitely. I had no intention of not doing that. I was in my band at the time and doing the solo album, and kind of planning my next steps as to what I was going to do. I was going to maybe move to London or move. I was actually thinking of moving to the Far East, where they love a bit of Western music, and trying it out that way. I don't know. I was getting a bit desperate. Not gonna lie. I was 27 and I've been doing it since I was 11, and it was just a bit like, come on. So when Yoga, her name was, sent in the video, didn't tell me when she said it, and I just spoke to all my mates. I was like, I can't do it. My band are going to kill me. And they're like, just do it. Give it a go. And they're like, you're 27, mate. I'm like, I was like, yeah, getting on. So just go for it. So I was like, I did.
So what are your aims and goals for the next 5 years? Yeah. Do you have any aspirations for the next 10 years? Anything you really want to achieve?
I'd love to, sell a lot of albums and do big tours and sell out big venues, and just keep doing what I'm doing, and just progress as a musician and as an artist, and grow and develop, and all boring stuff that I'm. Do you know what I mean?
What about settling down at one point with family, or is that not really on your agenda at the moment?
Kids. I'm pretty sure I don't have any kids. You never never know.
You never know.
It's only I can't even look after myself, let alone an animal or another human being. You know what I mean?
Still a big kid, really.
Yeah.
So you're going to be out on the road promoting the album. Where are you going to be doing this?
We're going to Birmingham, Brighton and London on the 21st, 22nd and 23rd of October. So be there or...
Be square. So Matt, where are we and why are we in this particular place right now?
Well, we happen to be at number 34 Montague Square, which is where I think it was Eleanor Rigby and
Jimi
Purple
Hendrix
Haze as well. I think he was slumped in the corner there with a big zoot.
Jimi Hendrix, John Lennon.
So it's got a lot of history. So go out and get the album on the 29th of October.
Because we're called Inspired by Music, what would you say is your biggest, who is your biggest inspiration or what is your biggest inspiration?
I reckon my biggest inspiration was probably Michael Jackson. Like when I was really little, that's the first sort of piece of music Bad was the first piece of music I started listening to, and I was like, oh my god, I think this is incredible. And I was always singing and stuff, and I was like, oh, maybe I want to be a singer. But that was around 5 or 6. I think maybe a bit
Can you do
older.
any of the dance moves? Michael Jackson songs?
Absolutely not.
Oh, that's a shame.
Sorry, if I could, I would genuinely get up and shop and do the moonwalk. No, I can't.
Jordan can definitely do the
I'm
moonwalk.
trying to move backwards sometimes. Can you do the moonwalk?
No, not today.
You've only boots on.
Not with my own boots, no. Alright, thank you very much.
My
It was a
pleasure,
lovely
thank you.
day.
And
And
you.
very good luck with the new album.
Thank you.